I
So,
want to spend the first part of this mission doing nothing.
last we left off, our party had, of course, attacked the Goblins' eastern mountain, and we secured a route there with the help of the elves. A caravan will be, of course, escorted, bringing their loot and supplies, and with that, of course, if we want to continue the campaign southeast of the Elven territories against the Goblins, we could do so, right? Some of you are at the mountain, some of you will be on the way, some of you are perhaps further back. But depending on what you guys want to do today for this expedition, that's how we'll start, of course. So, um, does anyone object to continuing the campaign against the goblins? If so, what other ideas do you have?
I just want to unite with the main party. That's what I'm going to focus on.
Very well. That is already a part of the plan.
And then I'll join them.
Yes, you will be able to join them once you make the movement with the caravan to the mountain, which has already been discussed. Now, the question is, are there any objections to the current plan?
No.
Okay, so I understand some of you are new. Your characters were at the outpost. For those who are at the outpost, to continue in the campaign against the goblins, so that we are in one party in one expedition, you'll be making a movement to the eastern goblin cave, which was taken or attacked last expedition, the last adventure. For those who are at the mountain, you will either stay at the mountain or you will be part of the group that was the runners who went out to go actually deliver the message and help escort the caravan to the mountain. And that is pretty much the only two groups, right? We have those at the outpost who might want to stay at the outpost and do something else for whatever reason if they just totally object to the situation. We have the caravan and we have the mountain, right? So I'll go down the list and make sure everyone has a chance to decide what they'll do in this adventure, the story we'll tell today. We do have a new player, his name is Funny, so welcome to the group. In case you don't know how to play D&D, I'll go over the rules real quick. We've done preparation with you, but we haven't gone over the rules because you joined in late. So, of course, Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game about telling stories of adventurers or mercenaries who go out to hunt monsters and treasures for golden glory in the medieval world of Dungeons & Dragons. It's very easy to play. The Dungeon Master will start the game out by describing to you the situation you're all in. From there, every player will have a chance to choose what the characters will do, and then if necessary, we'll roll any dice to determine the results of your actions. That is a sequence of play. Any questions or concerns? Very simple, right? 3 steps. Right. So,
I'm good. I'll just watch you guys and see what you do. Is there anything I should absolutely know?
you should know what we're talking about right now, which is we are trying to figure out where everyone is in accordance to the situation. For now, just sit tight.
You said I was a part of the Caravan.
More than likely. So, I'm trying to go down the list. Right? Everyone's going to take turns and tell me what their plans are for this adventure. Right? Does that understand? Do you understand? I understand you're new and you might have some trouble understanding, but if you can, do your best to wait your turn, basically, to speak. Yeah, just be respectful, mature, and courteous, as we all have been. So I appreciate that. But as you can tell, no one here really speaks out of turn, right? So try not to speak out of turn unless you really need to, right? If you have a question or concern. But otherwise, it's very simple. I usually just go down the list and get everyone's input. By the list, I mean the list in our chat here. I just go alphanumerical. So starting with Brad. So Brad, as SUROS, your last expedition you were part of, were you a part of the group that attacked the Eastern Cavern, or not yet? You just, let's see.
I was not. I was still in the Elven base.
Okay. Yep. Yep, that's right. Last you left off, you were trying to learn the elf language in your off time, which took place on December 17th is when you started, and from there your character has been, of course, servicing the elves as a mercenary, just standing garrison or remaining in garrison at the elven outpost. You were sent outward. In your off time you would be studying the elf language. Let's see. Therefore, the current date is December 19th, so it's only been 2 days. You start learning on day 17 of December 18th, and today's 19th, but you haven't had time to study today, so you have only 2 out of 100 days completed for learning the basic Elven language. Alright. So, you will be a part of the group on the way to the mountain. Right, you're going to be part of the caravan. Do you have any objections to this, or do you have any other ideas you want to try?
Very well. Suros will join the caravan.
Sounds good. So Suros has made his first decision. The situation was that he was at the Elven outpost, and he agreed to continue with this caravan, or join the caravan to the mountain, right, to continue the assault on the enemy position. Alright, DOCKLA II. You're the fighter here. You're in charge of the mountain campaign east of the Goblin territories. Today, do you want to just stand or remain at the post, the entrance, or do you want to try something else? Were you perhaps the runner that went out to report back to the elves on the situation? If so, that means any other characters would remain on post that were there, right? So that would be like Laugh Crack and all the other characters like Tradera, Jan, Bon Khan, all of those guys would remain. So if you did want to be part of the caravan, you could, right? You would have been originally part of the group that were the runners, delivering the message or the report to the elves, and then you would join up with the caravan. That way you can participate in today's expedition, or the bulk of today's expedition, which is escorting the caravan to the mountain. Is that fine?
Yep, that's fine with me.
Alright, sounds good. So you and your
And does that
retinue-
mean I'm also able to hire my new character?
Yeah,
Wait,
that means your new character CLARO is actually a part of the caravan, which we'll check. I forgot to check their loyalty and their negotiations for your characters.
yeah.
So let me do that real quick. So
Yeah.
for ETHBOR, he remains loyal.
Yeah.
Heinrich,
Yes, you.
he remains loyal. RADZIG
Mhm.
remains loyal. Capon.
Okay,
Looks like
so-
Capon has made a decision.
Okay.
When you guys return to the Elven post, he would stay there in the end.
Yep, that's perfectly fine.
With the parts.
That's what I wanted him to do, so. Yeah. That actually was going to be my order for him. Hey, chill at the Elven Post.
Yeah. Alright. SHOMICH, we'll check for him in a moment. Alright, so either way, you guys had the same idea. He being wounded as he was, will be left behind at the Elven outpost. SHOMICH remains in service. CLARO, 5 + 1, 6, uncertain, reroll. Alright, accepts your offer, is now a part of your retinue.
Right.
Reputation. Retainer. Oh, DOCKLA.
Were you talking to me?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I zoned out.
Don't worry about it.
Alright. So most of your tenants are from House Ethan, and you're the brave leader among your household. Most of them are under your retinue. Okay, so for funny,
Yep.
you're Chad, you're one of the new guys. You know the situation we're in. So your
Yes.
story began, right? You
Yes.
were one of the few free men, or one of the few men who survived the recent war to the north against a Campbell race. Your background, of course, being that you were a young man and you had, of course, studied, you were perhaps a scholar among the humans or researcher, right? Which allowed you, you studied, of course, magic,
To survive.
supernatural powers, right? It allowed you, of course, the ability to cast sleep from your book, right? So you're a caster, or that you're training. So the elves taught you, they trained you up more than likely, right? So upon arriving here, you were probably just a normal man. They trained you in the ways of magic, and they've enlisted you as a mercenary, right? From there, they armed and equipped you,
Yep.
and you're now on the way to the war front, right? You're part of a caravan. Do you object to the situation you're in? Do you want to change it? Right now, your situation is that you're joining a caravan on the way to a mountain outpost, enemy position.
Nah,
You wanna
I
war?
actually think I actually kind of like this, mainly because I actually think it's quite fitting, because the person that invited me here is also the leader of the caravan, so it makes sense why I would. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a funny meta thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have no objections. I like this.
Right. Yep. So you're one of the casters from the Elven lands, mercenary, adventurer, right? You have supernatural power, supernatural abilities, to cast sleep, and you've joined the ranks of DOCKLA II, his caravan, the Elven caravan, and his retinue. Adonis, you'll also be recruited from the Elven lands. You're one of the older households in the region, heir of course, Afzal, who was killed by the cannibals as well during the war north of here and east of here. The elves have enlisted you as a mercenary, and you have been invited into the caravan as well. So, do you object to the situation you're in? Yes. Gold.
Oh, do
I
you
was, I was muted. I forgot that. Yeah, I'm here. I hear it. It's cool. I'm hired by the elves to be a mercenary.
Right. And now you're joining the caravan. One of the old houses that sought
Yeah.
refuge among the elves. And you'll be fighting among the elves. Despite you being one of the old and most reputable houses, you'll be doing some dirty work. Joining up with the caravan and your retinue of one character, SAVITA. JAXSA and GAMBIT, same situation. You guys will be joining the front lines, and of course, you'll have to take part of this caravan then.
Alright.
So, unless you object. Alright, so it looks like our story today will be about escorting this caravan, a war caravan, all the way to the mountain outpost, the enemy outpost, right? So,
May I ask a question?
yes, sure.
What type of caravan is this?
This is this is basically a military caravan, right? It mainly has supplies, armor, and weapons to continue, or to besiege the Eastern Goblin Cave, right? It's a caravan delivering siege equipment mainly, right? So.
Yeah. Could we sell them stuff when they do visit? As we will get a whole bunch of loot, or can we give them stuff to sell back at the
Yeah, of
the
course.
elves?
Yeah. This is a caravan. You can sell things to them. They'll buy your stuff.
Perfect.
Only things that
Because
are
we have-
sellable,
yeah.
of course.
Because we have so much. I mean, so much loot we need to sell.
Right. So. Reduce the size of this. East Goblin Cave is where we're headed. Our party's making their way from the outpost to the old temple ruin and then to the eastern Goblin Cave. It is a looks like it's gonna be a roughly 2 plus 1.5, maybe like a 4-mile trip, or let's see, 1, 2, 3, no, about 3 miles out in total. Yeah, about 3 miles.
Really should secure the old temple ruin someday. Get a little bit safer for now.
Oh no, wait, it's about 4 actually. Yeah, 4.5. Sorry, I got it wrong. So about 4.5 miles out. Yeah, roughly 4 to 5 miles. So it should take us, given our rate of movement, it's slow encumbrance or heavy encumbrance. Since we have got a caravan to escort, it will take us roughly 4 to 5 hours. This is also slowed by the terrain actually, so it should take us about 6 hours, a whole day of travel. So let's see if we get to the eastern Goblin Cave without any trouble at all. The main thing we are looking out for is, of course, enemy positions, right?
Deacon,
Yes.
TM, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Can we give the Eastern Goblin Cave a proper name so it's easier to tell apart? If you would not object to that. Doesn't have to be complex, like...
This is... Tell apart from what?
It's not very hard to.
Oh, wait, yeah, just put the goblin that on where we're supposed to go so I know where we're going. Thank you.
It's
That's
the only
thing I really request.
It's just somewhere out in the eastern territories of the Goblin area, right? Goblin territories.
Yeah. The maps don't tell us exactly where everything is. It's only like a rough estimate.
Yeah, this is not just
Oh,
3
so it's
mountains
more
on this
like-
grid. It just represents this is mountainous territory. It's not like this particular mountain is the one you're going to.
Yeah. These maps are like something that our characters would have. Not like.
Oh, my bad.
It's the
You didn't
party's
know.
campaign map. Right.
Oh, one more thing while I have your attention. How much roleplay is in this session? Or is it mainly combat?
You're already role playing. Whatever you say, do, or think is role playing. You're.
I'll be right back.
It's
Yeah,
as much
man,
role play
I
as
say
you
this
want
is
there
not
to
bad.
be.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. There's as much roleplay as you want. But typically, it's more combat focused.
Alright.
So if you define roleplay as in talking as your character only, that is not the only kind of roleplay there is. Roleplaying is thinking, talking, and acting as your character, right?
Alright.
So a lot of modern
I
players
literally just made him, so I
confuse
don't
it.
have a good personality for him yet. I'll come up with one eventually, though, I promise.
Right. However you're acting now is how your character is at the moment. You could change it up if you like, but for now, he's a rookie, he's new, he's inquiring on a lot of things, right? So yeah, whatever you say, do, or think is how your character says, or, you know, just, it's already role-playing, right? Role-playing is playing the role of your character. Doing your job. Right? And on your turn, when I ask you your action, or when it's your turn, that's your chance to play your role, or role-play. Right? So, some players will, like, on their turn, for example, if you're a new player and you want to play a fighter, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Well, what would a fighter do? Right? Think about that. Alright. Anyway. 6 miles, roughly. Or not 6 miles, 6 hours, due to the terrain slowing us down. Especially the mountains. We're gonna start with this first 2-mile trek here to the old temple ruin, which will take us about 3 hours to accomplish with a heavy footman group or heavily encumbered party. So in the first hour, there were no monsters sighted. We're in friendly territories. There were animals, signs of animals, if interested. Let's see.
I don't think it's very important for animals.
Alright, so some small game was spotted by the caravan with slower movement if we were to try to hunt them. Possibly, right? We're already heavily encumbered, so let's see.
Yeah.
We're spotted.
The second hour,
I say we.
no signs of any
I say we just.
enemy activity. We're about halfway now to the old temple ruin in the second hour. And we'll check for any signs of animals. Oh yeah, large game was spotted.
Yeah. Are they 2 1s? Oh no.
2
What
1s for large game.
majestical beasts. It's such a shame we don't have any time to study them.
Alright, so at some point, halfway through the woods, on the way to the old temple ruins, your party comes across the tracks of what appear to be, perhaps, deer. The tracks,
Deer.
they head eastward.
Can we note this?
So there are deer that have moved into the territory, right? Possibly due to the safety of the territory, since there are no wolves in the area anymore. So now this is considered a safe zone for them. You can
Would
note
love
it
to
down.
note this when we're ever just starving. Yeah, it's been so long. I've never.
Alright, so we came across deer
I
footprints.
was actually going to ask why was that remarkable, but yeah, you made a fair point. And it gives us a safe. At least we know now that there's likely not large predators there, so if we need somewhere to hide, we can go there with less risk.
Fair.
Alright,
Pretty fair.
now the last hour of the trip, you're now moving into, or you're now moving toward the Elven front line, right? Or the Elven trenches for this last bit here. Let me fix my settings here.
Oh, it's getting dangerous.
You're approaching the Elven front line. Okay, so in that case, there's now a 1 in 6 chance to encounter elves. Or no, it's an automatic encounter with elves. There's a 1 in 6 chance to encounter goblins, I meant. Any goblins that push past the trenches. Right. Next is monsters. No signs of monsters. Animals. No signs of animals. And with that, you pass the elf trench, or you're coming across the first elf trench. Right, you move up toward an elf trench, and as you approach the elf trench, it's unmanned. There's no one there, but it stretches for a while. You can see spread out though, further out, the trenches lead toward small outposts where you might see that they might be manned, right? So you got trenches spreading east to west. You don't see any elves at the moment, but you see some outposts that could indicate an elven position. Do you guys want to just continue on, move past the trench or over and past it, right?
Yeah.
So you would climb down into a trench,
I'll follow our
climb out, and continue southeast. So you make movement. As you climb into the trench, you can hear automatic encounter, right? You hear movement in the trenches toward your position, right? It's careful movement, but they probably saw you coming from a while ago, right? So you climb down, you can see some elves from either side of the trench approaching carefully, or hearing them. They call out to you. They don't really make too much noise, but they're not trying to be spotted, right, or heard. And do you want to wait for them to interact with them, or do you want to just move on? So it seems like you're being approached, right? As your crew is
Let's
climbing
let
down.
them identify us first, like,
Right.
so
Check
they
point.
know we're not Stop it, so.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Alright, so the elves, as you're climbing into their trench, right, into one of their trenches to get over it, you're approached from either side, and a few elven troops meet you, right, in the trenches, and they give you the proper greeting, right? They know who you are. Actually, they heard about the caravan going over. So, as you're climbing down to the trench, getting ready to move the caravan over, you realize that you can't simply get the caravan over, right? You're gonna need help from the elves. So the elves get here, and they brought with them, of course, the tools necessary for you to get the caravan across the trench, right? So basically, they brought wooden planks to build a bridge, a temporary bridge, to get all your vehicles across, right? Because it's not just your crew, it's the caravan, right? The caravan consists of at least one cart, right? And a few animals driving it, or hauling the cart. Along with that, you got an elven detachment of, or elven troops attached to it as well, or attached to it. And they need to get over the trench too. You're escorting them, the caravan, right? So again, the caravan consists of a vehicle, animals, and elven troops, right? So a few other elves are here in the trenches
So
helping
do we
you
have
get the
to?
caravan over. They tell you that
So do we have to roll or do anything?
you have to roll for anything.
Or do we have to do anything? Or is this a cutscene?
I'm just explaining how you're overcoming the situation you're in, which is, of course, you're trying to overcome a trench right now. It's not an issue for you, but it's an issue for the caravan you're escorting, right? So I'm explaining how the caravan is able to get over the trench. Does that make sense?
Oh, I understand. I was just wondering if I needed to do anything.
Do you want to
Thank
do
you.
something?
Well, I mean, there's nothing I can really do.
You're currently just following the party, right? Moving with the caravan. Do you want to change your action?
I see no point. My main goal is to join with the rest of the party. The caravan is the easiest way to do that.
Right. You're holding up
Maybe
the
I
crew,
could
though.
depart with the elves, but that doesn't seem like a good idea. I stay with the caravan. I do my best to assist them, but I'm not able to do much.
Very well. The best we can do at the moment is not cause any holdups. So, I understand you have questions and concerns, but right now we're just trying to get through this. Alright. It's not too important. What is important is the elves' message to you, though. As they're helping you get your caravan across the trench, they let you know that the enemy positions, of course, to the south, and the old temple ruin is currently secure, right? So they've sent a elven detachment, or an elven, or a few elf soldiers to, of course, guard that position, right? So that you may pass through with ease. They tell you the path here is somewhat clear, but if you move through this territory at this point, be ready for enemy attacks, right? So they've seen enemies southwest of here and south of here, ready to attack your position. So now you're probably going to come across an automatic encounter as you move your caravan across no man's land. So, alright, you guys ready for that, or you guys want to prepare further? You're about to enter enemy territory.
Yeah. Alright.
You can organize your rank.
I'm just going to prepare my bow and arrows just in case.
Of course.
Right.
I think that would be advisable, yeah.
I'm new to combat, although I do have practice. I'll do my best to assist.
And yes, combat is very important here. If you don't know, the heart of D&D, real D&D, is wargaming, right? That is the heart of it. Encounters, war, combat is the heart of D&D. Bread and butter, let's see. Right. So we'll do 5 feet. Should we stick with the smaller scale? I think we might just stick with the small scale. I think so, yeah. Might be best. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I think this is something I should talk about. Is there a mana system for magic, like there is for other types of stuff? Or is it just, how does magic work since I'm going to have to use it?
Right, you can cast up to 1 spell per day. Or, are you a magic user? You can cast up to 2 spells per day as a magic user. So your sleep spell, you have it memorized twice.
Then.
Does that make sense?
So I only have sleep spell and a bow.
Also, quickly note, it takes an entire turn to cast a spell, but they're very powerful.
Yeah, I thought I should know about my capabilities beforehand. I think I already know what I'm role playing, but yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get these goblins.
Right now I'm grabbing
You
your
gotta equip
tokens.
everyone first.
Alright, so starting with SUROS, so I got his first. What would you like to equip?
I will equip my my sword.
Just your sword? Okay. And then for spells memorized, you can memorize up to 2 spells per day. Do you want 2 light spells? Or do you want 2 read magic spells? Or do you want 1 of each? Or something else?
2 light spells, please.
Sounds good. Alright. Next is DOCKLA the second, F1. Okay. You want to continue with shield and mace or something else?
Yeah.
You want to continue with shield and mace or something else?
Yeah, shield miss. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. Cool. Come on. All right. Come on. Okay.
Alright, for RADZIG, spear and shield still or something else?
Just shield and spear, right? Is that what you said?
Yep, spear and shield. You want to just have that equipped still?
Yep. Yep. I want every one of my servers to have melee.
Alright, SHOMICH too?
Yep.
Okay. SHOMICH's got a... He doesn't have any melee weapons.
Oh, Schmo's the elf, right?
Yes. So is the bow fine?
Yeah, bow. And he will be in back ranks.
Right. Let's see, move southeast. What about HEINRICH? Heavy shield and spear still?
Yep.
Okay. And ETHBOR?
F4
and shield?
is he have it? Yeah.
Alright. Then your new character, CLARO, is she gonna have her javelin?
Javelin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Next is Chad. You just got your bow, it looks like. You've got one spell, so unless there's something else you want to equip, otherwise
Yeah,
we're gonna go with your bow.
I don't really have anything to equip, so I will just go with that.
Alright, sounds good.
Oh wait, I do want to equip my helmet to wear it if I can do that.
It's already equipped.
Okay, in that case, never mind. I'm good. I have what I need.
Alright. Right, that one's yours. And then next is Adonis. So Adonis is new, right? Is it you want to use sword or just the sword, or you want to use your bow?
Wasn't he the one pulling the handcart?
Oh yeah, you have a hand card. Okay. Adonis is on hand cart duty. Okay. Alright, Savita, the Acolyte. She's gonna use her bow as well, looks like.
I'll be back again, so whenever it's my turn.
It's about to be your turn.
Probably not be there.
Yeah, it's about to be your turn, man. So you're about on your turn. You're not gonna be there.
Okay, I will try. I'll try and then.
Okay, what are your characters gonna equip? That's gonna be your turn. So JAXSA and GAMBIT.
JAXSA is gonna equip his Morningstar. Is that all that JAXSA has?
Yes.
And then Gambit has a, what does Gambit have again?
Looks like a quarterstaff and a jambia.
Gonna equip the Morningstar, or I'm not Morningstar, the staff. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
Put this in my hand for you. Thank you. Thanks.
Sounds unmute yourself.
And this trust?
I'm away from my phone right now, so give me 5 seconds.
Alright. So that's your party, and then you have a caravan you need to escort too. So we'll add the caravan as well.
Oh, that's just oh, we're big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 people. That's the caravan. Oh,
We should be able to handle this.
maybe. Depends if the goblins are feeling
Who knows? Maybe they'll retreat at the sight of this.
yeah. They might just shoot us. You never know. They might have guns.
Well, luckily I can shoot back. this is medieval. They don't have guns.
There's
Unless
guns.
this is medieval fantasy.
This is medieval ages did have guns. In fact,
Medieval
it's just they
fantasy.
were weren't the greatest.
Well, if they're not that great, then I don't think we have to worry about them.
Yeah, they live in the mountain region. If we're ever able to take the mountain region, we can use that to get materials to make guns.
Besides, early guns were and goblins are not known for keeping their equipment clean. If they had guns, they would likely be extremely erratic at best and downright detrimental for them at worst.
Yeah, Dungeon Master is asking for you to unmute him.
Thank you.
Alright, and we have 4 elves in our group as well. This is the elven attachment that are in charge or responsible of the caravan. Or guarding it. So 4 elven soldiers. Okay, so
The size of this group is huge.
in addition to that, we also have the elf trader in charge of the caravan itself and his personal retinue. So these are elf soldiers, actually. Trader. Or caravanners, so yeah, elf guard. Traders, there'd be 1d8. So 6 traders, looks like. COP, QRS, T. Alright. Yeah, we'll do 1d8. 6 of them. 1d4 meals. Alright. So you get the small attachment of, it's not a normal group of traders, a small elven trading group, right? So we'll just have their escorts, the traders themselves. There will be a number of 6 traders and just 1 mule loaded with wagon, or 1d4 mules. We'll do 1 mule. And instead of having a lot of numbers, they have a cart instead. Okay, 6 caravanners. This is a separate detachment. It's the elven escort. Elf merchants, traders. The traders will represent them with slightly different elf traders. So they're not as heavily armed and equipped. They're mainly focused on missile weapons.
And magic.
They all have magic, yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Either we're about to see a hail of magic missiles, or we're about to see some truly terrifying. To think the gods were on the side of the elves and not.
It's about to be a bad day to be a goblin.
All we have to do is protect them and let them cast their spells. That's our main goal.
By the way, if I talk too much, please let me know. I will stop.
It's
Alright, so the elf guards focus mainly on not just missile but melee capabilities, whereas the traders focus on just missile capabilities mainly. And then we have got your guys' own detachment, or own attachment to their group. So you guys can organize your team however you wish. You all have a turn to decide where you'll be among your party's formation as you move southeast. So starting with SUROS, where do you want to be in regards to the caravan? Do you want to be the back, side, front, or something else?
I would like to be to the right side of the caravan.
Alright, so east. Okay.
Right.
Let's see, SUROS. SUROS, where did I put SUROS? There he is. Okay. So right of the caravan will be technically west, but right on the screen will be east. So you want to be east or west of the caravan? East?
East is fine. Right.
Okay. And bear in mind the main threat is toward the west though, right? Because we're moving southeast and the enemy line is to the west, south and southwest. So you'll be on the safer side of the caravan. North and east side of the caravan should be a lot safer than the south and west. Okay. Gold, what about you? You've got the hand card. Where do you want Adonis to be?
Considering I got the hand card, I would like to be in the back, like behind the horse wagon of carriage. If that's possible.
Yep. Alright, you'll be at the rear.
Yeah.
And you want SAVITA with you, helping you, or protecting you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so you're trailing
This is
up.
probably the easiest. This is probably the easiest fucking job you'll ever have.
And then JAXSA and GAMBIT. JAXSA, where are you gonna be in regards to the caravan? AFK?
Yes. I will have JAXSA be to the east.
Okay.
And I'll have Gambit with gold.
So not with you. Okay. With Adonis' group.
The SUROS will be on the other side of the caravan.
Oh, you want to be on the west?
Yes, thank you.
Very well. Alright. Let's see. Chad. It's your turn. So where would you like to be in regards to the caravan as we move southeast through enemy territory?
I actually wanted to be where Brad is, but I'm okay with being put right next to him. I want to put myself in front of the magic elves because I have a lot amount of damage, but at the same time, I have a large amount of health or constitution, but at the same time, I'm no melee fighter, so I'm still going to be using my bow.
Alright.
Basically, and since you said the threat is coming from southwest, I want to protect them.
Good choice.
You also have no armor though, right? So, you sure you want to be up here? It would be not very advisable for you.
I'm assuming that we're going to get a wall of meat down here in front of me and the other guy.
Right.
But if they don't, then I guess I would just change my movement to around the horse.
Okay.
In between those two elf guards.
Alright. DOCKLA, it's your turn. So you and your company, all your men, where do you want to position
I'm
them?
the spearhead.
Okay.
I'd be in. Of course, that have everyone who has shields be in the front. While I want SHOMICH to be with the his elf buddies, and I would want.
So we're moving southeast, but our exposed flanks is to the
CLARO.
south, and our south flank and our west flank is the most vital, right, to protect, because behind us should be friendly line. So north and east flank don't need as much security. So you can spread your men out along the western edge. The western.
Yeah, and we can just react what's needed to be. Basically, we're just protecting our range.
Right. Is this the formation or troop is
Chad
moving
is a
southeast?
broad supporter of
Maybe
this.
have DOCKLA be trade places with CLARO, since that's kind of a
Oh yeah,
vulnerable spot for a
non-shield bearer.
person with just yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, looks good. Let's see.
Now let's see our competition.
Alright. So your party is moving southeast and now into enemy territory. We've just crossed over the Elven Trench. Now we're moving into no man's land. And as we move across this stretch of no man's land, there's going to be an automatic encounter with the enemy position. All that matters now is if we get the drop on them or they get the drop on us. So us, for example, we're going to do our surprise check. We are making movement, but there's a chance that we, of course, are able to be ready for any attack, right? So we can check if we're surprised or not. So we are surprised by the enemy position, and they are not surprised, naturally.
Unfortunate.
And we're going to check for their reaction to us. So naturally, it's more than likely automatically hostile. We're moving into their territory, but there might be a chance for them to not be very hostile. Right. So 11 against our group is possibly. So we are at war with them, but they're possibly willing to just let you guys pass. It looks like you're a large troop. Their job is to defend the trenches. They might just let you pass. Looks like. Now, they're not just going to let you pass without consequence, of course. They're probably going to alert the trenches and their troop of a passing force, right, that breached their trench and continued southeast. But we move across no man's land. We arrive at the Goblin Trench without any opposition. They just allowed us to continue across no man's land and into their trench, or toward their trench. Now, we were given, of course, the wooden planks to put the bridge across the trench and allow the caravan to continue forward. However, upon arriving at the trench, we moved across no man's land. We're at the trench now. Before we start crossing over the trench, is there anything you want to do here at the Goblin Trench, or just want to just pass over? We had no opposition, apparently.
Let's just pass over.
Wait. I think this is a trap. There's no way they would let us pass this easily. Even if we're this big, they're going to try to do something.
Well, it might be smarter for not. Goblins are smart.
True, but they're also smart enough to know that we think they're smart to do something that would be risky but still viable. I'm not saying that we don't cross the trench. I'm just saying we should do something to prepare. Like, make sure there's guards on each side, so that way we aren't completely screwed if we get ambushed. So it may take a bit longer.
We don't have much time on our hands, so I think we should just continue.
Put the bridge across.
I think that's a mistake.
We don't have time. That's the unfortunate part. We can't take longer.
So we
All
got
right.
to the Goblin
The
Trench.
reason why this is so fucking garbage.
Yeah. But we just pass over about.
In that case, I'll just trust your judgment, but I'm still going to keep my bow in hand.
Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. I understand what you're saying. It's just we don't have time.
Alright, let that represent the Goblin Trench we just approached. So we got to a Goblin Trench, right? There's not much in there, it looks like. You know, carefully made movement toward it. No opposition at all. So, at this point, I'm just gonna send the traders out there to put the bridge up. You can provide security. Move up.
Yep.
With your shield guys. They can provide them some security.
Of course.
Some armor. And I'll get up there and get that
I
bridge.
would like.
Get that bridge set.
I would volunteer to help protect the traders too, if I can.
How do you want to help them?
Give them an extra bow aimed west, just in case.
Alright, well, it's assumed that you're on guard, so looks like you're already doing that. Let's see. Yeah.
My bad. I just thought I should have been more specific.
Alright, but if you want to look particularly west, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, we provide security for them. They get in their little bridge built up and everything, or placed and crossed and secured. They nail it to the ground so it doesn't move with the hammer and spike. As the troop just stands there looking for any enemy position. They haven't spotted or heard any enemy movement. We've just arrived to the enemy trench though. Alright, so they finish building the bridge. They fall back. And with that, we can continue providing security. If you want, you can send some men across before they, we send the wagon over, or the cart. How do you want to proceed? Just send the cart over first, or get back information and advance the front line first? Any particular ideas? Otherwise, the party's just gonna start crossing at random.
I say we send. Oh, do you want? I'll let you speak first.
Yeah. My retinue will go across first. My bad. I was trying to speak, but I forgot I was muted.
Alright, so. Yeah, your troop makes it across the bridge. Nothing happens. You get to the other side of the trench.
Alright then. Secure, quote unquote, the area and let them come across.
Represent the bridge. Alright. At that point, after most of Ethan's men made it across, is everyone else gonna start crossing, or should we send the caravan over next?
I'm going to go with the caravan ahead of it.
Alright. Anyone else want to go before the caravan? Besides,
Considering the fact that I'm in the back, no.
So the caravan
I smell a nasty ambush incoming.
Alright. Alright, so the troop managed to start getting the caravan across, and then we make contact from the east and the west. So before we make contact, of course, our spotters, our guardsmen are able to react to this. Right, but there is an enemy position, it's an automatic enemy position. They just chose not to attack immediately. They chose to let you pass, or let you continue with what you're doing, but of course not without some opposition, right? So
Wasn't I looking west, like particularly west?
But their job is to defend their trench. So yes, you were. I was trying to go over that. Like I was just mentioning, we have men guarding the east and west. I just said that they're able to react to what's about to happen, right? They're able to react before that. Does that make sense? So try listening first, and then you'll get to know what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, never appearing. 32. Okay.
We are gonna die.
Alright. So as for passing, the goblins reveal their position and they do not immediately attack, right? They make their positions known by peeking around the trenches and waving, particularly, they peek in one side, the southwestern side, kind of brings up a branch, right? Trying to parlay with you, perhaps discuss. They just kind of, one peeks and like raises a branch out and speaks in the in your language with the goblin accent, of course. He says, he calls out like, "Humans! Humans!" Right? And he says, "We wish to talk. We wish to talk with you."
DOCKLA is going to shout out to them. What do you want?
So,
other than just to talk.
Before you do though, the guardsmen are able to react first. So any guards wanted to fire on their position immediately as they revealed theirs? Or did anyone want to take or react to what they just did besides DOCKLA? DOCKLA is going to respond to them, but did anyone want to take any immediate action as they revealed their positions? Simultaneously, roughly. Or roughly, the first group to reveal the position was southwest, and when they started speaking, the northeastern group started to reveal theirs around the corner, right, the curve.
I don't think it's a good idea to attack. We are kind of spread thin. They could do a serious number on us if we attack. Let's see if they actually are willing to be peaceful.
Right, so none of you besides DOCKLA respond. All of you are on guard, weapons aimed, ready to fire, right? Spears and shields facing the enemy directions. But DOCKLA speaks toward them. DOCKLA, continue with what you were saying. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Alright, they react possibly, if not exceptionally friendly. They say, "Respectfully, humans. No need to fight here. No need to fight." Right.
We're not here to fight you.
And they say, "Humans, we have great offer for you." Right. And the
Your
goblin,
offer?
he starts to advance a little bit. He's like, let's talk, right? And he says, let's get closer before we talk, right? So we don't have to shout. He's shouting all the way from, 40, 50 feet away.
I tell, meet me in the middle.
Okay, so you'll meet them halfway.
Yeah,
So,
halfway.
They climb out of their
I tell my
trench,
retinue
yeah,
to be ready.
to talk with you on the
I
surface.
think this is a trap.
Yes.
Alright, put the goblins on the board.
I would like to get the cow traps from the wagon, please.
Okay, in the meantime, you're getting caltrops ready. Okay, so anyone else want to take an action as the goblins make their approach? And our leader, DOCKLA, makes his approach.
Can I follow shortly after him just in case if needs? Can I follow? Like, I want to follow after him so that way he has reinforcement.
Okay, sure. Anyone else want to take an action as DOCKLA?
If you're okay with that.
Okay, that's fine.
SUROS will advance and prepare the spell Blinding Light.
Okay, prepare to cast light. Sounds good. SUROS, you're behind a shield guy. You got one hand free to cast light at the enemy position. So the goblins start to come out, a few of them, and they stow their weapons, right? They don't come armed, right? They like have their hands in the air, showing the that
stole
they
my
are not armed.
mace.
Yep, you stole your mace away. Chad, you wanna
Yeah.
quiver your, or you wanna sheath your bow in the quiver, or do you wanna carry it over? If you carry
I'm
it over,
going to put it
show
down
us the-
slightly, but I'm not putting it up.
Alright, so the goblin
You
speaker,
understand what I mean?
or so you lower your bow and you approach armed.
Because most
Okay, so if he's gonna approach armed, the enemy shield bearers, they'll have their shields up, and then they also have their spears behind their shields.
Okay.
So now,
Okay.
both since their side is since
Can
their
I
side
sheath my
shows
bow?
to, so they got up in the trench. They raised their hands, showing they had no weapons in hand at first. Right, they carefully climbed out, hands in the air, and they see you guys approaching with weapons. So that in that case, they start to draw their weapons too. Right, they don't like charge or anything. They just draw them and steady them. So
Yeah. Once again, I tell Chad, put away your weapon or stay back. We're only here to seems like peacefully talk.
Fine, I'll put up my weapon. I still follow him, though. I don't want him going into this alone.
Alright, the elves are ready. Your group is ready. The few goblins here make their approach. Right. You make yours. They're a lot smaller than you. They're half your size or less than half your size, so they're really small, right? Really small, grotesque looking men. Alright.
So, what did you want to talk about?
Listen, human. You might have heard in the past, us goblins have no quarrel with you. It's the elves that we have trouble with. Let's make a deal. If you help us, we'll help you. We can loot the elves together. No one has to know.
My character is going to say, unfortunately, I cannot do that. Understand they might know what they may not know, but I
Think about it, human.
you want to tell
Their armor and weapons could be
Yes.
ours. Their spells, their women and children. The elves
No.
are weak.
I do not Chad we speak.
Sorry.
We do not wish for their women or children, nor their magic or armor. We simply just want to work to get enough money and to move to another land where we can take our settlers away from the cannibals. That's why we work. Unfortunately, I would take up your offer if they didn't have our settlers basically hostage. Still, we do not have to come to bloodshed today if you would let us pass.
We will let you pass, human, but please consider our offer. And, human, in return, if you help us fight these elves, we can help you get your people back.
I will consider that.
With that, the goblins make their retreat carefully. Right, you can make yours.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, but they're letting us pass freely through their lands.
Yeah. So you want.
Alright,
Can I say something?
sure.
What do you want, Chad?
I was thinking, my idea was that we agree with them and then backstab them, but yeah,
No.
I'm actually happy we didn't have to fight. I was just worried for a second.
That is very chaotic of you, Chad.
Hey, I'm actually very pro-elf. Like, very pro-elf.
Me
That's
too.
part of my character.
Me too. I am agreeing with Elf, but nevertheless, they are kind of holding our settlers hostage for us to work for them.
Alright, but yes, looks like the teams are
Agree
evenly
at this
matched.
point, but they
right?
still have assisted us in the past.
So, we are
Let's
allowed to
continue
pass without any trouble, fortunately.
Yep.
You get over the bridge, the caravan makes it across, the enemy weren't hostile, they had an offer, possibly helpful to you. Alright, back to the main map. You overcame the first encounter. You make it to the old temple ruin. This is 3 hours later, so at around 11 o'clock, around lunch hour, you arrive at the old temple ruin. And your men are pretty hungry. They have been supplied food by the elves, right? As long as you continue to work for the elves, you'll be fed and you'll be paid a wage. As long as your efforts are the same as theirs, right? So logistical support is good. Your men are fed at the temple ruin. And let's see the status of the temple ruin. Let's check real quick if there were any. No status updates. Alright, all is well at the old temple ruin. The position is secure. It was abandoned by the cannibals. At some point, the cannibals held that position, but now it's held by the elves. So they hold the old temple ruin, at least the outside of it. None of them dare to go in. It belongs to an old civilization that they don't really know much about. All right, but yeah, you come to their camp.
One day,
their trench.
we will secure this ruins.
Anyway, yeah, you meet up with the elves here. Sounds good. And with that, you are able to continue your travels southward. There is a bit of an exchange during the lunch hour between the elves of your caravan and the elves here. Like they trade goods and supplies, information.
Yeah, and we can have our lunch here.
Yep. Anything else you guys want to do at the old temple ruin before we finish up our travels to the south?
So I want to speak with the elves. Let me grab my. I think it is RADZIG who understands Elvish.
No, at least a fourth of them can speak common, so you'll be all right.
Oh.
There's always an interpreter between the humans.
So far, every elf I've encountered hasn't been able to speak common.
1 in 4 typically can.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll go up to the elves at the temple ruin.
Alright, let's say you're at their camp, right? Within the trenches surrounding the temple ruin.
Yeah. I asked them, so, how is it at the temple ruin?
Alright. The elf reacts very poorly to what you have to say. Actually, you have a bonus of +1 at least, so 3, but 2 is usually automatic failure.
Yeah.
So, in that case, you mentioned the old temple ruin, and he immediately says, or he immediately just gets up and walks off angrily. You're not sure why he reacted that way, but he reacted very hostile toward that. Right.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
Yep. The elven officer just walks out angrily as you ask about how's the old temple ruin doing.
Are there any other elves?
Yeah, of course. So there are other elves in this position. So their officer is gone, but they've got like a second command here, a sergeant. He might react differently. Yeah, might be a bit more helpful. He tells you why he's angry, and he tells you that his officer just doesn't like humans. Maybe, right? You asked about Temple Ruin, and he just has personal quarrel with humans. He doesn't like that the elves hired humans for this. That's it. So it gives you a reason. It's not really a great reason or anything, but he has bad history with the humans, right, in the past.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, the only humans that have been here are the cannibals, so that is fair. That is fair.
Can I make a roll now? Or can I do something?
Sure, what do you want to do?
I want to ask the elves around about how the battles have been going lately, so I can catch up. My excuse is that I came from a relatively role play, so I didn't know the front, and I want to know what I'm getting myself into.
Alright, well, you ask about how the fighting is going, and he says he's not too sure himself. All he remembers is that it's kind of been at a stalemate between the elves and the goblins. However, he has heard recent news. He doesn't know if it's going to be good or not, but he believes that with your help, the Eastern Goblin Cave might be our way into the Elven, or might be a way into, or might be our chance to, of course, help turn the tides of the war against the goblins, right? Because now they've got to possibly withdraw their forces to protect their kin, right? The East Goblin Cave is an entrance into perhaps their settlement, and that's really vital. If we can attack their settlements, then their logistical support would be lost, right? They won't have food, they won't have supplies, everything they need, because it's their people that provide that, besides their raiding, right? So they believe that it could be a way
Very
into
well,
the settlement, goblin settlement.
Very, very well. I thank the elf for his information before leaving. That's all.
Okay. Anyone else want to take an action or do anything here at the Guild Temple Ruin before we set out? Besides eat lunch. Very well. So, lunch is had, and you continue your travels southward toward the East Goblin Cave, the last stretch of your expedition, right, to finish the day's trip. This is another 1.5 miles. You're moving through rugged territory. You make move through the forest, and then eventually you have to move up toward the mountain. So, rate of movement is slowed by 33%. You'll stick toward the wooded area, not move through the mountains. Move south to the forest and then west into the mountains. So, let's see if all goes well. 1.5 miles, we move at the rate of 1 mile an hour, or 0.66 miles, due to, of course, the forest slowing our movement. So it takes us about 3 hours to reach the Goblin Cave, the last 3 hours of our travel. So we'll check for monsters in the first hour. None. Animals. None. No signs. And possibly enemy positions. Goblins, 1 and 6. Alright. We have another goblin encounter.
Yep.
Let's see, are we surprised? Yes. Are they surprised? No.
No.
Their reaction to us? 6. Unsure.
This is not good.
Confused on what to do, right? So their job is to defend the caves, right? If we oppose their ability to defend their caves or their position, then there would be hostility. But overall reaction upon encountering us, they remain uncertain of us, or they don't immediately attack, they don't immediately retreat, but they have a job to do, right? Which is to defend the mountains, report what they see, and engage if necessary.
They hesitated.
So they hesitate to attack. We're not exactly approaching their position directly. They do have to drop on us, so they do get to choose what they'll do first. And because they're uncertain of whether to attack or not, they'll attack if necessary. But their main job is to defend, attack if we oppose their defenses, which we're not. We're just moving through the area. We're not moving into the mountains yet. So therefore, we're able to just pass. But we are reported on,
Right.
and therefore, they might be more ready for us on our way out. That might be an automatic encounter. So we.
I was going to ask how many goblins were there? Because if there were a small amount, then it may have been better just to kill them so they couldn't report us.
We were surprised, which meant that we made an encounter against them. So we found signs of them.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually see any goblins. We didn't see or hear. We found signs of them, which were tracks. Goblin tracks that led west into the mountains. They're very old tracks, though. They're not recent. So we have we have knowledge that there are goblins in the area. That's it. But we never saw any exact positions.
Yeah. So I have a question, Judge Master. Do we see any signs from the... I think it's east side? Yeah, east.
Nope. No
Of
signs of
whoever
goblins
resides in this...
As we were moving south, we saw tracks headed west. The most recent ones were headed west. But they're old tracks.
Yeah, I know. But I mean the ones that who reside here. Is it goblins? Not goblins. Like,
Oh, do we know anything
last
out
time.
here?
Yeah, like do we see any signs of what resides here, like on our way down? I'm curious to know.
It
what's
could be
there.
goblins, but we wouldn't know until we explore through this grid, right? So
Yeah.
this is an unknown grid
Okay.
so far. We have no
I
other
just
knowledge.
remember last.
But there could be more goblins out here, right? Living in the woods.
Yeah. I just remember last time doing this, we went down. You rolled 2 to see what if we encounter what lived here, but
Yeah, it's probably more goblins. The goblins control the mountain grid for sure. Highly defended grid. And then maybe they also have some living in the forest. More than likely, this forest here belongs to the goblins too. It's an easily defended and controlled grid, unless they're attacked by sea. They got mountains protecting them too. So, more than likely, this either belongs to cannibals, is no man's land, or is goblin territory. So, more than likely. Unlikely for it to not belong to the goblins though. They would probably have conquered that grid a while ago.
Alright, I see. Let's continue then. Thanks for answering my question.
Party continues south, trying to wrap up their expedition. We have 2 more hours to go. That was only the first hour. Right. Monsters, nope. Animals, nope. Okay. Small animals, yes. Small animal encounter. Are we interested?
Yes.
Yes. Afsel's interested. Okay.
Why are you interested?
Munchies.
We already have food.
Munchies.
Guess additional food.
Yummy, yummy. Swirl in my tummy.
So, yes, are we surprised? Nope. Are they surprised? No. So we found tracks of animals, small animals, right? Squirrel footprints in the snow. Are we interested in tracking them down and hunting them?
No.
No.
Just a
No.
few squirrels.
I can eat my squirrel yummies later. I want to kill goblins now.
Well, looks like we have to wait for tomorrow for that. It's getting late.
1 in 6 chance. Okay. Last hour of the trip. We're now entering the mountains. Or no, we're moving south and we'll be entering the mountains last actually. That'll be one more step to the travels. Just gotta get directly east of it. So, continuing south. Monsters. No. Goblins. No. Let's see. Animals. Large animals. No. Small animals. Yes. More small animal sightings. This time it's came across some larger marsupial or larger like dog-like footprints, paw prints. Are we interested?
Wolf?
Could be a wolf, could be a fox, could be a raccoon, maybe. Who knows, right?
Why would
maybe make a note of it.
Okay, some type of like larger, medium-sized mammal, right? Smallish,
Yeah.
medium-sized mammal.
If it's a fox, we could go hunt. Not fox. I mean wolves. We can hunt them as they are considered monsters, and we get XP for killing them. So
Yeah, this is like a small animal.
I would love to document that. Part of my character is being like a researcher.
yeah, we're documenting everything. Don't worry about it.
That's everyone. Everyone here is an adventurer, so you're just role playing.
No, like me in particular, I'm like a researcher.
Okay.
I have my own little journal where I'm writing everything down, including bloody pictures of me murdering goblins.
You would need a journal for that, which unfortunately we don't. We don't have a journal.
All right. These
I have
goblin
one made
caves.
of leaves.
The last bit of our travels, moving up toward our makeshift siege camp, just outside the goblin cave. All right. So, goblin encounters, nope. Monsters, nope. Animals, no. The expedition has finally come to an end. After 6 hours of traveling, maybe 7 actually, because lunch breaks and all that. So, our day ends around 1500 hours or 1600 hours, close to the end of shift. Maybe about, we'll say 1530. You arrive at the camp, where of course some of our crew is already positioned, right, and encamped just outside of the goblin enemy position. So we made it. You complete the expedition. You've successfully escorted the caravan. Alright. As a
Are we
reward,
going with the caravan, or are we just escorting it?
We were escorting it. This is where the main party is.
Alright, yeah, map is here. I'll be drawing a better map at some point, but
Oh, I nearly
Yeah.
forgot about that.
yeah, most of the
So
enemy.
can we sell our equipment we have?
Right, so upon arriving, before you start selling off your equipment, of course, the position has to get secured. So you arrive, you're welcome to the camp, which is manned by quite a few characters here. We've got Laugh Track positioned here, we've got all of House Knight, or a good chunk of House Knight with Ethar. Yes, we got 5 guys from House Knight. We've got 2 other characters, so total of 7 men manning the post when you arrive. We got to see if their day went alright too, if there was any encounters. There was a 1 in 6 chance that the enemy decided to rally out and meet them for an attack. Alright, so that's per shift or per hour too. So that was today and for the previous day. Alright, so all has been well. They successfully maintained and defended the war camp, right, just outside of the cave. And with that, you arrive, you help your caravan ascend, or probably the war camp or the caravan's probably gonna be built at the base of the mountain. Look, moving that caravan or the wagon up the mountain is gonna be too treacherous, so they probably built it near the base in the valley. Right, the siege camp is built in the valley.
It would make us vulnerable to attack if we are spotted, but the best option we have.
Somewhere deep in the valley, along a creek, forested, covered by trees. Maybe against the other mountainside, right? Or maybe, yeah, built against a mountainside away from the actual mountain. But yeah, you would send some men up to report that you guys have arrived. You would deliver the weapons to the caravan for sale. The caravan would look over your wares to buy, and for the short bows, they're in decent condition. Let's see their offer to you on buying the short bows. They make a good offer to you. Originally, they were planning to buy your short bows for 1 copper a piece.
I do have a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
Can I be the one selling it because I have a +1 charisma?
Sure. Yeah, you made the offer.
And that would be 12.
Alright. Weapons are in demand because with more weapons we can arm more troops, right? So they'll be buying these short bows for you. If they have these short bows, naturally these can be sold to the next group of soldiers who might want to buy a short bow too. So in that case, they'll buy your short bows and they offer you a very good price due to the high demand of bows at the moment. To arm bowmen for the coming battles, right? They bought your bows for 2 coppers each, so you got 14 coppers for that. So if 13 went up to...
Do you sell them along with the quivers?
Alright, so 27 coppers at the camp now. The quivers, they bought them for a good deal. Not as great as the last deal, but definitely a little better. So standard price for each quiver, they'd buy 2 quivers typically on average for, or it would be more like, because they are also a caravan. So let's see. If we were in a market, good market, standard price for 2 quivers would be 1 copper. For the caravan would be 4. So they'll buy 2 quivers for 1 copper. It's the deal you're provided. So 2 quivers, 1 copper. So you have 1 extra copper or 1 extra quiver unsold. They gave you a.
Would we give them as a gift to them?
Just a free copper or a free quiver with the sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. To fit them out of short bows because that'd be unfortunate. You find a short bow and they don't have a quiver.
Yeah. Pole arms.
And now the pole.
Just use your teeth.
All right. Also in
I
good
mean, your
demand.
mouth.
That's a 9.
Yep. So in that case, it's gonna be. Let me check the price of pole arms real quick. I think it's like 7. Double check though. List of items.
Pretty heavy.
Pole arms.
Since the weapons, would they also be in demand?
Got the old list in there. I'm gonna take it out real quick. We gotta delete the old list. Yes, weapons are typically in decent demand. Same with the armor. They're at least
I feel like
demandable enough to actually buy or sell. So yeah, the polearm is 6, so it's 3 each. So you're gonna get 21 coppers total for all 7 polearms.
hell yeah.
So we're at 51.
We are doing well so far.
For the small heavy helms are not at all in demand. They don't buy them, but they might buy them from scrap metal. So in that case,
Yes,
the price is heavily reduced. So
that's perfectly fine. It's expected.
they'll do 1 copper for each small heavy helmet.
That works. Now here comes the mail.
Alright, that might be a little more valuable because they can
Yeah.
break it apart and
They can-
turn it to normal mail, resize it possibly.
Mhm.
We're about to make some money.
58.
Unfortunately for you guys,
Money,
this money,
money.
I will say, unfortunately for you guys won't be getting a lot for this, as this was loot from me the other time the group attacked it. This is not your guys'. You get paid still, just it's not as much because
You're telling me I wasted my money for nothing.
I don't really get paid.
Mail armor typically is 1 gold. Small mail is typically 50 coppers. I mean, no, not 1. 50. So 1 gold is 10. So 5 silvers. So 50 coppers. Yeah. So in that case, it's small, and then you're also selling it. Let's see his reaction to you selling it first. Good reaction. All right. So he will be buying your mail for 25 each. Small mail is 25
Hell yeah.
each. So 7 times 25 is pretty good actually. It's about, so 4 is 100, so it's 175 at it. So 58 plus 175. This is very high quality armor. 233 metal armor.
And we keep the arrows.
Alright, hold on to the ammo at the camp. You might need it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so 233 coppers.
Alright.
And a large supply of arrows and ammunition.
Well, first things first, copper. We're gonna pay out the past crew who helped gain this. So like, House Mario, House Holland, and House Knight.
Okay, so pay those guys
As
out.
They're the ones who actually helped me get this stuff, so they deserve it.
Okay, so there's 233. Between your houses, do you want to split it 4 ways? And then from there, they'll pay out their men however they want? Or how did you want to split it?
Between the houses.
Between the houses instead? Because Knight, he brought a lot of characters with him, but they did, like, jack shit, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, like I said, if we didn't have them, we probably wouldn't have been able to.
True.
We didn't have
they
them.
assaulted the camp with all
Could
those
have been.
numbers. Yeah. We probably
Yeah.
wouldn't have made them retreat. So, yeah, we'll divide it equally. So 233 divided by 4. It's not a good number. It's about 58 per household.
That's not bad.
I'll just report this on the records real quick. So laugh crack.
Yeah.
There might be some left over, of course. And I don't know what you will want to do with that.
Would it make it a little bit prettier number if we gave the Knight family a little bit less? Because I understand they they didn't do much, but they also helped with intimidation. But I don't think that's a equal
I don't know, man. It's 58, or it's 58 each, so 58 times 4. I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's 233. Or no, wait. 58 times 4 is 232, so there's just one little copper left. If we change it up, it'll be even more complicated.
Okay. I didn't know that. Alright. I take that and then...
Okay, so let me give him his copper. So Laugh Crack got 58. So he went up to 65 on his record. And then, of course, Tradera. I think Tradera's in charge of House Holland. Tradera gained. I'll just be paying out their employers, and then they'll pay out their men how they want. So, 58 as well. So, Tradera. Coppers went up to 68. And for House Knight, I think his main guy is Bon, I think. Or no, Don. I think Don is his main guy. Yeah, it is. So you got 58. And you can take 59 since you're the one here doing the transactions. So as the employer or as the household leader, ETHBOR, you received 59. So you went up to 100. Alright, now for your rewards for today's expedition. It wasn't too difficult. All we had to do was escort a caravan. Took a little longer than it had to take. But yeah, we got our caravan here, complete the mission, and you're gonna get paid out. So besides getting your daily rations to feed your characters, you also get a copper piece for your services, and then of course if you had to risk your life, right, or take on any dangerous missions, you might get double pay. So today, no one risked your life, but you did take on and successfully escorted a caravan, so you get double pay for that at least. So y'all earned 2 coppers today. So I'll give you guys each 2 coppers.
Money.
And I will give them a copper piece too. To
good.
the leaders of the family. Because they did help me.
Alright, hold up. Let me pay out everyone first, and then you can tell me your action after.
Alright.
So let me get everyone paid out first. So we keep track of this easier. Alright, paid the wrong character. I paid ETHBOR. Let's see. So, minus 59 is 41. Plus 59 is 68. Plus 2 is 70. Plus 2 here is 43. Plus 2 here is 6. RADZIG. Plus 2 is 4. SHOMICH. Plus 2 is 4. CLARO. Plus 2 is 2. Chad. Plus 2 is 3. For ADONIS, you get 2, so you're at 2. SAVITA, this is on your person, of course. 2. JAXSA, 2. GAMBIT, 3. Alright, so you all have been paid out your wages. In addition to your wages, you got XP. For surviving the day of adventure, you'll get 1 XP. So 41. DOCKLA, you're at 53.
I do have a question. Would this count as treasure money, like from what I sold, since we got it from the goblins?
No. So, XP from treasure is only given when you get treasure out of a dungeon, right?
Okay.
But any money
Wait,
you make...
I thought we buy this stuff.
What?
How exactly did we get our loot? Or the stuff we sold, if I may ask?
That was from a previous group's expedition.
Sold-
We just weren't able to sell it.
Yeah, from the previous position. That's why I paid out them and not you guys. We got them from killing Goblin.
It's okay. I'm just happy I'm about to be introduced to the rest of the party.
Mm-hmm. Then
All right.
Actually, a really good position, maybe to try to.
So you all got
take
your
that
XP,
position.
you all got your money, and then with that, I know some of you had immediate follow-up action. So after you all got paid,
Yep.
DOCKLA, what did you need to do after that?
I'm going to give everyone leader of their houses a copper piece, because for their help.
Every leader of
Yeah,
their
what-
houses. So what do you mean by that? Like
Yeah, every leader. So
that are present currently?
yeah, Suros, Chad, Asfeld, and Jax.
Okay.
Wait, I'm a leader of a house?
Yes, you're a leader of House
Yeah,
Funny.
leader.
Players are a leader of their household.
Yep. You guys did help a lot, so I.
Alright, so
That-
you're paying them out, so that's just 4
The
coppers?
most I
1,
did
2,
was make
3.
the goblin negotiations harder. But hey, I'm taking free money.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so let's see. Okay, now that the expedition is over, what do you guys want to do in between adventures or after the expedition? What are your guys' plans? Just the standard plan, of course, is to just have your characters rest up, repair their gear, eat dinner, and get ready for the next day, right? But does anyone else have any other actions they want their characters to take in between adventures?
This is very unlikely. Sorry.
Before you take an action, let's give everyone else a chance.
Do you want to go first, Ethan?
Because you just had an action. So Chad, if you want to take an action, it's your chance.
I was just going to simply ask to be introduced. I was going to just introduce myself to the rest of the party.
Oh, the NPCs here, non-player characters. Sure.
Well, I thought you said the rest of the player characters were here, the ones that weren't with us.
Yeah, the other player characters are here, but they're currently NPCs because their players are not here. It's just their characters are here. Does that make sense?
Well, I guess then. Oh yeah, I understand. Well, I guess then there's no point of introducing myself since the players aren't actually here.
They're not. Yeah. So.
Is there anything you recommend?
So after the expedition, some helpful things you might want to do, of course, is decide what your character will be doing in between adventures besides resting up, right? You might decide to, of course, you might decide to try to craft something, make something, train, guard something, or just provide your services somehow in between. But more importantly, you want to have your character have some time off as well. So how is your character gonna enjoy their time off, right? Are they gonna just relax? They're gonna just sleep, right?
I'm just going to let them cautiously wander around the valley and examine the wildlife.
That is a high risk.
Making sure to stay out of the goblins.
That is a very high risk action. So you might come back and I might have to report to you that your character died in between adventures if you're taking that kind of action.
In that case, I would just, I don't know, maybe he'll just look at the grass in the camp.
That is
I
low
don't
risk.
know.
Very low
I
risk.
just don't
Yeah.
want him to
Just
die.
resting and looking at grass is low risk. Right? So whatever you choose for your character in between adventures, it's highly recommended you choose a low risk action so that you don't come back and have to report that your character died in between adventures.
Yeah, I don't want to have to introduce myself again. I literally just made this guy and I'm finally getting used to him.
Alright, so training is fine. You know, training inside the camp, resting and sleeping is good. You want to do something that benefits you in between adventures that's also not very risky, right? So besides eating, besides sleeping, resting, training, is there anything else you guys want to do in between adventures? Right. Going out into the middle of the woods
train, like you said.
will get you killed.
That's it.
So. Alright. You'll just basically recover. So no one has anything very important, right? That they need to accomplish in between adventures.
Alright.
Nothing important, right?
Alright, so I wanted to buy some things, if you don't mind.
Sure. What's up?
So, do they by chance have flaming oils, or oil flaming?
Yes, they brought flaming oil for the siege.
All right, perfect. And can I buy a pole flag?
Pole flag. Okay, so yeah,
Mhm.
or I think that's a standard, right? Let's see. There might be an actual listed item for that. Check.
Yeah, that's what it says. In Siege, it is pole flag. 3 copper.
Okay, it says that. Right.
I feel like by now I should probably get a flag for my house.
Yep, it's possible. So, as for the design of the pole flag, you might have to get that commissioned.
Commissioned? Okay.
Right. Otherwise, you'll have to go with the designs that they have, which is, of course, the elf pole flags, right?
Alright. Well, then
I
let's
mean, you
get
are fighting for
flaming
the
oil
elves,
then.
though, so if you want to represent the elves or rally elves and increase their morale, you would carry the elf pole flag.
Unfortunately, I lead mostly humans, so.
Alright, so do you still want to buy an elven pole flag, or do you want to buy a blank pole flag? So just
I'm good. I just get flaming oils.
flaming oils. Alright, how many do you want?
I have 66 copper pieces, correct?
Yep, and the price here is doubled because it's Caravan flaming oil. Plus, they don't have a high access to flaming oil, so it's actually not doubled. It's tripled in price.
Tripled in price.
Because they don't have easy access to flaming oil, but they did bring it for the siege. Just they have limited supply, so they sell it in very small. Or it's high. It's a high price, right? So they have limited quantity.
So for one, it would cost me 30 coppers.
That's right. It's very expensive
Ah,
from the
fuck it.
Caravan. For one.
Buy
flaming
it.
oil.
Just one.
Yeah, you just want one.
Mm-hmm.
Your charisma might change it so you can see, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's neutral, so standard offer. So they're selling it to you for 30 coppers. Yeah. So you bought one flame oil, it's 30 coppers, and you're down to 36.
Alright then.
What's your plan with the oil, if I may ask? What's your plan with the oil?
So flaming oil is basically a Molotov cocktail, with that, well, whatever it's called.
Molotov cocktail, yeah.
Yes, basically that. What it can do, since goblins have grenades, if we throw one into them and light them on fire, they could go kaboom.
Like you're thinking.
Yeah.
Curious.
Also, they can create an area where it would prevent enemies going through it. Basically, if there's a place that we don't like, we can throw it there, and then we can continue the other way while...
Burning things you don't like. Yeah, I'm starting to love this group more already.
Fortunately, they were expensive. I was going to buy 3 of them, but can't afford that.
I mean, we can just get more at the store once we leave, right? We are not staying here, right?
No, we're sieging this place.
Oh, in that case, I guess we have to get to know the locals.
The locals are goblins, and we're killing them, so...
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's all I'm doing. Thank you, Dungeon Master.
Right. Alright. Is there any other actions we want to take after the expedition? Any other post-game actions? Very well. Thank you, gentlemen, for playing. That'll be the rest of this game, and I hope to see you at the next one. Have a good night. Take care.
See you
Thanks
next.
for playing.
Yeah.
When is the next game you can?
I'll take a break, but I could probably run another game today if anyone's free. Probably like in an hour.
Brother, I'm going to bed.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Have a
I'll
good
be
night.
here next game.
Yeah, I'll probably start in an hour. I'm gonna go eat.
I like
Get
this.
back for a game. If we have enough players. Unfortunately, we didn't
It
get
was a
terribly
pleasure
much
to be
done.
here.
No combat, but yeah. Thanks for joining us, Funny. But next time we'll be more ready.
I'll be back.
For combat. All right.
Yeah. It was
I'll
fun
see you.
playing with you, Funny.
Take care, guys.